What's going on, FG fam? Welcome to another episode of the St. Louis Rams franchise here on Madden 21 Current Gen. Today we get into the preseason, see who makes the roster for our Rams. We start off on the road against the San Francisco 49ers. I kind of hate the fact that Madden throws in a divisional rival into the preseason, but here we go. We're going to start it out. Jamal Carter with the ball in the first quarter, giving it to Cam Akers for the easy touchdown run, and the Rams score the first touchdown of their season in the preseason here. There's Philip Lindsay, and all my homies hate that guy as he scores a touchdown and ties this ball game up. The running backs getting the job done early on for the two teams. Here's Jamal Carter with the deep throw to Burley, and he drops it. He heard footsteps, and I really hope Burley ends up being the same Burley we had last year, but who knows, maybe not. Here's Murray in his first action, and he gets it across to Buckner for the touchdown. The throw under pressure was amazing. Scott Murray getting it done to Buckner. Here in the third quarter, clock ticking, time running out. There's Vincent. There's a nice grab. We'd love to see him come on strong, as he was one of the few receivers actually drafted by us. Here's a third and goal for Murray, and Murray, the left-hander, getting it over to Vincent to cross the plane for another touchdown. And the Rams playing quite well here in this preseason matchup, up 24-7. Here's an opportunity for San Francisco, and they're running it in for the touchdown is Sims. And Sims gets into the end zone for San Francisco, drawing them a little bit closer, just 10 points down. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Here's Murray, and he is going to take off with his 34 speed. That is definitely like-worthy. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content. It's what we do as the Rams win this game 31-14 behind 411 team passing yards. Uh-oh. There might be two quarterbacks that can play on this team. Let me know in the comments section below as the video goes who you think should be the starter for opening day week number 1. As Sims, a little disappointed his team wasn't able to come out with the win. Look at Scott Murray, 26 of 35 for 369. Nice, and 2 touchdowns. Jamal Carter coming into the preseason as the incumbent starter, even though we had to get him in preseason free agency, but he was 4 of 7 for 42. No real stats to look at there, just an okay game. Cam Akers with 31 and a touchdown, not a bad game for him. Hart had 12 rushes for 17, so not the greatest opening for him. Devontae Buckner looked nice. Thaddeus Moss looked nice out there as well. Hoping that Thaddeus Moss can take a step forward for sure and really follow in his daddy's footsteps. Roy Wynn had a sack in this one for us. Very excited to see Roy Wynn flying all over making some plays. David Long Jr. with an interception as well in this preseason game. Second preseason game, we're taking on the New York Giants at home in St. Louis, and we'll see what we can do against Danny Dimes and company. The New York Giants coming into town. Jamal Carter again with the start here this preseason game. It's Cam Akers again starting the scoring in the preseason game with a rushing touchdown. So Cam Akers getting across the plane, making it 7-0 Rams. Later on, Carter with another chance to score, and it's Cam Akers, this time on a halfback angle route up the middle of the field, make it 14-0. Rams playing really well out of the gate. Giants get a field goal, then the Rams have another opportunity, and this time Carter's intercepted. That one going back the other way. Xavier McKinney, you got to watch out. He can play. Third and goal, Carter with another opportunity. Late in the first half, he gets it to the back of the end zone, and Tyler Higbee with a touchdown for St. Louis, make it 21-3 going into the half. Coming out of the half, here we are in the fourth quarter. It's 21-10, and Scott Murray gets his opportunity to play in the second half. 9 of 15 for 84 after that throw to Thad Moss, who had 7 catches for 67 to that point. Rams settle for a field goal. It's good. They're up 14. Here's another opportunity late with 3 minutes to play in the game. Murray to the end zone. He's intercepted, and that one coming back the other way. That is a big play for the New York Giants, and Von Broyles injured away from the ball on that one. But it wouldn't come back to haunt the Rams as they win the game 27-17 over the visiting New York Giants. 2 takeaways for each team. 315 passing yards for the Rams and 107 rushing yards. Carter versus Murray, the big quarterback battle. This time, Carter played way better. 18 of 27 for 242, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Murray was 9 of 20 for 84 yards and a pick. Lipton trying to outplay Daniel Jones. He does in this game, as he had a touchdown and an interception to Daniel Jones. No touchdowns and 1 interception. Rushing the football, we take a look at Saquon Barkley leading all rushers. Darrell Henderson was our leading rusher in this game, 5 carries for 56. He had an 11-yard carry clip. Very nice for him. P.J. Richardson, 73 yards and a touchdown for him. The impressive young rookie for the Giants led all receivers. On defense, Ximenes, look at Scandrick with a sack for him. Tack McKinley, good to see him getting to the quarterback. Roy Wynn with an interception, as well as David Long. He's been playing really well in the preseason, and I think he's pretty good in that slot spot, as that's where he's been playing. So we will go to Philadelphia. So here we go, a shot at the Philadelphia Eagles and Carson Wentz. Remember, the Rams drafted Jared Goff same year that the Eagles took Carson Wentz. Jared Goff no longer on this squad, however. There across the middle, it's Zach Ertz early on as the Rams had put a field goal up. But Zach Ertz gets a touchdown, and the Eagles take the lead in the first quarter. Second quarter, Jamal Carter looking to get ahead again, and he does. What a throw to Cooper Kupp, and what an even better catch, as Cooper Kupp definitely been a big-time leader on the offense. It's tied at 10 here in the second quarter. 2:44 to play. Cooper Kupp does it again. Gets wide open into the end zone for a touchdown, his second of the day. And close to halftime, 17-10. But another opportunity for the Rams. Wide open is Buckner. He's going to go down the left sideline and finally get pushed out of bounds at the 19 with a 20-yard gain. That gives the Rams a nice opportunity here with 51 seconds to play. Can they get into the end zone? It's Carter. He's going to roll to his right, and he is going to look towards the end zone. Jefferson incomplete. It could have been caught by Vincent as well. Here's a 2nd and 4 in the second half as a 20-10 lead for the Rams, but Burley just blowing away the defense there. Nobody going to get him before he gets into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. They take a 27-10 lead. Now 30-23 late in the ball game, and the Rams a little bit pressed to score some more points here. There's a nice play for Larry Hall. He had 3 catches for 50 to that point. Leads to a field goal, 33-23, and Jalen Hurts is intercepted by Roy Wynn. Roy Wynn's going to take it back, his 2nd interception of the preseason, and this time it goes for a pick 6. Roy Wynn for 42 yards, and he has sealed the win. Wink, wink. 40-23, Rams win it, 375 passing yards as a team. Rushing game really wasn't there, but they did get the takeaway, and that takeaway, instant 6 from Roy Wynn, and that leads to a win over Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Jamal Carter outplays Murray again, 25-37 for 298, 3 touchdowns. Murray 6 of 9 for 77. Carson Wentz outplays Jalen Hurts, for those that were actually wondering. Rushing game was not strong for either team, but especially not for the Rams. Cooper Kupp, 95 and 2 touchdowns for him. Receiving game was definitely strong. Buckner had that 120-yard catch. It was a good one, though. Buckner, with his opportunities, has done a pretty decent job. Boston and Aaron Donald with sacks. A pick for Roy Wynn. Took it 43 yards for the pick 6. You love to see that. So going into the final preseason matchup, it's the Washington football team coming into St. Louis. As we see what Washington's got, they have Baker Mayfield now. We elected not to sign him in the offseason. Here's Murray throwing on the run with the 34 speed. Gets it over to Burley for a first down. Here's Murray. Murray on the slant route to Cooper Kupp for a touchdown. Murray has to show everything he can in this game. His final opportunity to possibly become the starter. Later on, though, it would be Bayless who would get his opportunity to maybe be the backup. Who knows? As that one's intercepted by Jimmy Moreland. And Washington takes a 9-7 lead. Then later on, it's Haskins in the game. He goes down. It's Gore on the defensive front. And Gore trying to get his way onto this team, trying to make a spot for himself. ensures that it only becomes 12-7 instead of 16-7. Here's an opportunity for Bayless deep into the end zone. What a grab by Candidate! Unbelievable catch. He is a candidate to make this team. And a very strong one with a catch like that. We'll see what happens. 15-13 as Washington trying to kill us with field goals. But Candidate makes another huge grab. An unbelievable play downfield. And a pass interference against him. It did not matter, and it will not be accepted, as Kerry Tyson gets absolutely mossed. Here's Bayless on 3rd and 10, looking for another deep route. He finds Vincent into the zone to the 11. Vincent's first catch of the ball game. Opportunity for the Rams to win this thing with 2:32 to go. It goes to Larry Hall for the touchdown. And Bayless doing his thing, making it 20-15. Nice throw across the middle to Larry Hall. You love to see a throw like that. So 20-15, Dwayne Haskins, does he have a little comeback magic? What a throw! Right sideline to Weathers for the touchdown, and the Washington football team take the lead once again. They're leading by 3. 26 seconds to play. Here's Bayless deep. Tips off of the defender, and it goes to Larry Hall for the first down. He couldn't even believe he had it. Timeout there. Here's Bayless pump faking, throwing deep down the middle to Candidate. First down, timeout again, St. Louis. 1st and goal. Here's Bayless looking towards the end zone. It's Larry Hall for the touchdown with 8 seconds to play. I know it's only preseason, but hype it up in the chat, boys. 27-23. Here's Haskins looking, one final chance, and that one is incomplete. Hit as he threw. He ends with a perfect amount of passing yards anyways, 269. 316 total for the Rams offense. They get one takeaway to Washington's 2. Only reason this game was as close as it was, but man, what a game. And the Rams come out with the victory. Murray plays very well, 6 of 8 for 71 yards and a touchdown. Bayless had to play the rest of the game, 17-31 for 245. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It doesn't look like Bayless is going to be one of the 2 quarterbacks on the roster. Jarek Francois had his opportunity. He didn't look all that good either. Corey Candidate, though, 108 yards and a touchdown, and a couple of absolutely huge grabs in this game. Cooper Kupp had 1 catch. It was for 10 yards and a score. On defense, 2 sacks for Darren Boston. He may be a guy that has to get into that sacking rotation, that pass rushing rotation. Forced fumble by Washington, wasn't recovered by anybody. So, total preseason stats, pretty much the same number of snaps. Jamal Carter, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. It's going to win him the starting job. Cam Akers, 103 and 2 touchdowns. Murray ran in for a touchdown himself. Larry Hall had a very nice preseason. Candidate played very well. Buckner played very well. Van Jefferson might be the odd man out here. He did not play well in his time. I tried to even out the snaps as much as I could. Downs played. But, of course, it's not going to be perfect. But I tried to get guys that weren't getting the amount of snaps into that 4th preseason game so they would at least have an opportunity. Kamu Grugier-Hill had a sack in the preseason. Roy Wynn and David Long with a couple of picks apiece. Jordan Fuller had 1. Only 1 forced fumble all preseason long. It was Taylor Rapp. And the only defensive touchdown belonged to Roy Wynn. So Ken Bayless did not earn any spot on this roster, but he is young, and who knows, he could be a guy that could potentially compete for a job on this team. So we threw him over to the practice squad. The Simba Webster, he's had his opportunity for the last 3 seasons, and he really hasn't done anything for us, so we are going to cut ties with him. Ryan Orr at punter, a very promising young punter. If Johnny Hecker were to retire or leave in free agency, who knows? Orr could be his successor. But for now, we're going to let him go to the practice squad. Now, Edwards, he's a guy I really didn't like what he did in the preseason. He gave up a bunch of sacks. So Miami, looking for guards. We give him to them for a next year's 2nd. Bobby Evans, along with a this year's 6th for a this year's 2nd from the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, that's going to be a pretty bad pick considering Kansas City is a pretty good team. Gregory Goldman, I like him a lot. I really wish him the best on this team, but we got to send him over to the practice squad. He didn't do enough to make the team. Kalen Hardesty, another guy we really didn't hear of all throughout those preseason highlights, and of course looking at the stats at the end of the games. Kalen Hardesty, we're still going to give you an opportunity on the practice squad. Greg Gaines, we're going to get rid of him. We have a couple of guys at defensive tackle I feel could fill in the hole just fine, so Greg Gaines going to go over to Chicago for a 3rd round pick. Keith Palmer, a middle linebacker. We've got so many on this team. If you were at the offseason live stream, you know we have a ton of linebackers on this team. And Jordan Fuller, despite the fact that he did have one of the 5 interceptions this preseason, he is going to become a practice squad player as well, the strong safety out of Ohio State. Vinny Cowan, another one of our multitude of middle linebackers, was another experiment that really didn't do everything that I wanted it to do, so he will be another option on the practice squad. Greg Scandrick, this year will have to be another year of him learning and growing. Now, Scandrick did make a play or 2 in the preseason, so if we need to bring up a guy, he would be the one we would. Dorrance Armstrong, after having a pretty good season for us in year 1 when we picked him up, he really didn't do anything recently, so we're going to go ahead and ship him away to Miami, and then we ship away Ford to Denver. They were looking for corner help. They're going to give us a 2nd round pick. I'm not going to say no to that. So stack it up on some late round picks is what we do here in the preseason, as they were guys we were going to cut, but other teams wanted them, so we let them have them. Let me know what you think about the moves in the comments section below. Any record predictions you might have for the rest of the way in this Rams franchise, let me know that as well in the comments section below. And if you guys want a player in the draft class, follow the template in the description to get one. If you don't follow it exactly, you won't get one. Make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content. It's all we do here. We can build a winner together, and if you want to see more franchise, click right here to see some more franchise.